welcome to LA, Hollywood, and this hashtag Relationship Goals edition of Studio 5. Kelly Rowland, Cliff Method Man Smith, Pastor Michael Todd, and DeVon Franklin are our guests today. Here's the rundown.
I just need you to understand that God wants relationship for you.
At first, it's a sermon series.
There are some things that He wants to deposit into our life before anybody partners with us.
And then a New York Times best-selling book. And now, Pastor Michael Todd's Relationship Goals is a Hollywood movie.
Michael Todd is a pastor phenomenon, and it all started with this book.
We're sitting down with the stars and the creators.
It's like a spiritual romantic comedy.
It's Studio 5, Relationship Goals Edition. And so much more on Relationship Goals is ahead, but first let's fire up this week's countdown of the top 5 stories in uplifting entertainment, LA style. At number 5.
First of all, Jesus, I hear you and I'm listening, Lord. I am listening, Lord.
Jelly Roll takes home the Grammy for Best Contemporary Country Album with a speech that goes viral.
There was a moment in my life that all I had was a Bible this big and a radio the same size and a 6x8 foot cell. And I believed that those two things could change my life. I believed that music had the power to change my life and God had the power to change my life. And I want to tell y'all right now, Jesus is for everybody. Jesus is not owned by one political party. Jesus is not owned by no music label. Jesus is Jesus and anybody can have a relationship with Him. I love you, Lord.
At number 4.
You don't need to lock us in. Mom never did. Love you, Dad.
Okay. All right, well, you guys have a great day, okay? Be safe. Okay.
A new series from The Wonder Project. It's Not Like That, a new series whose main characters are a pastor and father who's lost his wife and a parishioner and family friend whose husband has left her.
It's been almost a year. I think it's time.
Everyone has really missed you. Your sermons, your voice.
I lost my wife, and now I'm overloaded on widower sympathy.
I get it. The moms at school just want to gossip about me and rescue you.
Yeah, well, death trumps divorce.
It's Not Like That stars a familiar face, Scott Foley, in the role of Pastor Malcolm.
As soon as I got this role, I went on Amazon and I ordered a bunch of books. And there was one book called The Imperfect Pastor. And it was really well written, but there was a part of it that was very similar to what my character was going through. And the pastor who wrote this, a man named Zach Eswine, was going through a divorce while he was a pastor. And that's a big thing in a church, and starting to date again. And you need sort of permission from your congregation, especially if you're going to date a congregant. But I sent him an email. And after they believed that I was who I said I was, he invited me out to St. Louis, Missouri, and I hopped on a plane, and I spent a weekend at his house with his wife and his kid, and I watched him deliver his Sunday sermons, and I was so impressed.
Hashtag Relationship Goals. It started as a sermon series.
There are some things that He wants to deposit into our life before anybody partners with us.
And it became a New York Times best-selling book. Relationship Goals, How to Win at Dating, Marriage, and Sex. And now it's a film, a romantic comedy exploring the ups and downs of romance.
This book changed my life. It's about helping people succeed in love by using their faith. Michael Todd is a pastor phenomenon, and it all started with this book. Faith is hotter than ever.
You are reading Relationship Goals, which is a self-help book. I read it, gave it to everybody I could. When are you reading it and say, this is a movie, and not just a movie, but a romantic comedy?
Yeah, so it basically started in 2019 when Pastor Mike and I met for the first time over at Facebook. They were doing an event there. And then I was familiar with the sermon series, and I was like, man, this thing is taking off. I mean, it was like a viral moment in the faith community. It stands probably at the top of some of the most viral moments. I don't think a sermon series has ever gone viral. I mean, before or after. So then when the book came out, I was watching him on the Today Show and doing all these interviews, and I said, okay, first of all, I have to get it. And then I was like, wait a minute. We have not had a uplifting romantic comedy, and this book is the perfect foundation for it. So I just reached out to him on a whim and said, hey man, have you ever thought about this? And he was like, yeah, God told me it was gonna happen. And matter of fact, I have a movie idea here. And he sent me about 2 or 3 pages of his idea on how to adapt it into a movie. And I said, great, got it. and use that as the foundation for the movie that we have.
Fixing your aim is changing the focus from the superficial to the things that actually really matter.
This book is speaking to me. We all need to fix our aim.
What does God download into you that you are not surprised that someone has an idea that this should be a movie?
I think that our primary role as people are catchers. We're supposed to get the glimpses that God gives us of the future, catch them, receive them, work on them, and then he does the rest. And so I just consider myself a premier professional catcher. I sleep with my notepad open. I sleep with I'm just trying to catch these little ideas that God gives me. So when Relationship Goals came as this moment that happened in culture from the series to the book, when I was in prayer, I wrote down, this is gonna be music and it's gonna be movie. And I just put it down, and I'm crazy enough to write down visions and put them. And I tell people it's only crazy until it happens. 6 years later, I'm sitting here with the incomparable Kelly Rowland, the amazing Cliff Method Man Smith, and DeVon Franklin, backed by Amazon with a literal movie titled Relationship Goals. I mean, I don't know what to say except it's crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So Kelly, you get the idea and a script, and within 24 hours, you sign on.
Yes, sir.
What happened?
Everything's gonna work out. God has a plan. His plan hasn't worked out so well for me in the past. Moving on. Next topic. Jared Roy. Leah and Jared have history. Just the kind you don't want to repeat.
It's good to see you.
I could see myself in the characters, you know what I mean? And it was fun. And I started seeing it dance in my head, you know, like the characters and the interaction and the space, you know, like some of the moments like where we got to sit, I was like, oh my God, this is what my dream felt like. You know, it's moments like that. So it just let me know I was in the right place, at the right time.
I love it. Cliff Method Man, what makes you sign on? What is it about it that resonated with you?
Well, first off, I got a call from the agent.
Keep it real.
That's a good starting point. Told me there was a script DeVon Franklin was working on. And they were looking at me to do a read. A read with who? Kelly Rowland. Yes. I had saw Kelly's work, and amazing. Like, you could tell that she's done the work, she's trained, and she's ready to take the lead. No pun intended. And so then we had a chemistry read, and the chemistry read went well. It went really good. And I didn't know if I had the job yet, but they obviously did. And it was just a great experience from start to finish, made some great relationships with some great people, and I hope everybody enjoys it.
Did I just microdose?
On Jesus.
Relationship Goals is streaming right now on Prime. Still ahead, a one-on-one conversation with Relationship Goals producer DeVon Franklin, ripped from the pages of his own personal life, love, loss, and restoration.
I'm just going to be open to your will. When we surrender, we allow the full power of God to take over our lives, because he will put you on the minds of people that have every intent to bless you.
Stay connected with CBN News all day across our platforms.
At number 3.
You're amazing, so breathtaking, unbelievable.
Another amazing Grammy moment. Darryl Walls scores his first Grammy win alongside PJ Morton for Best Gospel Album.
To God be the glory, man. Wow, this is my first Grammy, y'all. Thank you, Lord. Thank you to my family. Thank you to PJ for taking a chance on me, man. I really appreciate you.
So the project is called Heart of Mine. Tell me about that title.
It made sense to name it Heart of Mine because a lot of the songs were coming from a place or resonated with me of where I was in my journey at the time. Just conversations with God, not anything outside of that, just me and God.
There's no one greater than you. At number 2. Remembering Grady DeMond Wilson, best known for playing Lamont Sanford on the popular 1970s series Sanford and Son. The sitcom was one of NBC's biggest successes in the 1970s and a breakthrough moment for Black representation in television. Doctors diagnosed Wilson with prostate cancer. He died Friday in his California home. He was 79. And the countdown continues in just a little bit. Welcome back to this Relationship Goals edition of Studio 5. We're sitting down now with DeVon Franklin. He's the producer of Relationship Goals. He's also got a one-man show called Be True, and he is telling his own personal journey of breakdown to breakthrough.
I had this beautiful visual that laid out my life plans on the corkboard. It was a vibrant, full-color pie chart. There were all these slices for each piece of my ambitious pie, from film and TV and books.
So, hours away from opening the show, how are you feeling?
Man, I feel good, nervous, you know what I mean? I've never done anything like this before, so I'm just praying I can, come to that stage and go, and let the Holy Spirit take over. So
the truth is, my plans were creating too much stress, too much pressure.
Be True, my journey from breakdown to breakthrough. I want to dissect that a little bit. First, be true.
Yeah, well, I think that truth and being true is a process. And the more that we begin to know ourselves and the more truthful we get with kind of who we are, the more that truth expands. Your truth is still expanding. So,
Indeed.
I love the fact that we're on this path and this process to see where this all goes and kind of who we become before Jesus returns. For me, it's been the most freeing path that I've been on.
When I heard this, I felt valued, I felt loved, I felt important. Thus began my addiction to achievement.
The next part of that is breakdown. Was there a rock bottom moment? What's the breakdown?
Yeah, so the breakdown that I explore in the Be True one-man show is the decision around getting divorced. Where I got broken down financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and that process, it was a blessing. And it's because at the end of the day, I needed to have that break. I needed for things to kind of fall apart, so to speak, so then God could build them back even better. And so often we want the breakthrough, but we don't want the breakdown.
Did you have to relinquish control? Was that?
For sure. Surrender is a big part of it. I talk about it in the one-man show. For surrender is it's everything, but it's also the hardest thing. Because, yes, we walk by faith, not by sight. Yes, faith without works is dead. Yes, our faith is what makes us acceptable to God. Of course, all of those things are true. And there's a reason why faith takes faith, because when we surrender, we are creatures of habit and creatures of control. We don't like to be out of control. So to relinquish control requires a great measure of faith, because then we really have to put our faith where we say it is, which is in God.
We make plans and God laughs.
And of course, everyone wants the breakthrough. So where do we find that? What happened?
Yeah, and here's the beautiful thing about life and God and our experience. I think that sometimes the way we look at life is through a much narrower lens than how God looks at life. We're spirit and flesh. And okay, I want to believe, but then who am I really? And so when it comes down to, the breakthrough, the commitment spiritually, to really allow God to reimagine my life, to rebuild my life, to rewrite my life story, has resulted in things that I never thought. It wasn't even a thought. There are things I'm experiencing now in the best way that I never even prayed for, didn't even know to pray for. I just said, God, you bring to me what you want me to have in the way that you want me to have it, and I'm not going to try to push one way or another. I'm just going to be open to your will. When we surrender, we allow the full power of God to take over our lives, because he will put you on the minds of people that have every intent to bless you. And so often we think we have to create the blessing or pray for the blessing. No, we don't. All we have to do is live in the path that's true, a path that's honest, and then these things happen. And I'm telling you, don't get me wrong, that breakdown was hard, yet I needed to get here through that. And I'm glad that I went through it, because it was a major blessing.
Be True is available right now on Audible. It's time now for a picture-perfect moment. Here's this week's Studio 5 snapshot from LA. Celebrating a life well lived, we remember a much-loved comedic actress, Catherine O'Hara. The Emmy Award-winning star is well remembered for her role in Home Alone and as a cast member with Second City Television. She worked alongside comedic greats like Martin Short, John Candy, Rick Moranis, and more. O'Hara died at her home here in Los Angeles Friday. She was 71. And still ahead, we're checking back in with the cast and creators of Relationship Goals.
We need to watch a film that can take us away from our reality for a moment, that gives us hope, that gives us joy, and then when we come back better.
Welcome back to Studio 5. We have made it to the #1 story in this week's countdown in the world of uplifting entertainment. At #1.
This book changed my life. It's about helping people succeed in love by using their faith.
Leah, you're gonna produce this with Jared?
What? It's my story. She still wants me.
Snapshots from Relationship Goals, the Pastor Michael Todd sermon series turned best-selling book, and now a romantic comedy, streaming on Prime.
So who is this movie for? Who is it for?
If you're breathing,
Talk that talk.
it's for you. I mean, who is not needing help in their relationships? Whether it's romantic, professional, business, friendship, you see all of those layers of relationship in this movie. And I think that all of us could use a little better aim.
And that wraps our countdown for the week from Los Angeles, California. Right now, it is time to return to our Relationship Goals conversation with Pastor Michael Todd, DeVon Franklin, Kelly Rowland, and Cliff Method Man Smith.
You're a reformed player thanks to this book.
I'm walking a different path now.
The journey starts with a single. I want to talk to you about the future. But to see that future, you're going to have to stop dwelling on the past.
Impressive, right?
DeVon, this comes out in time for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
But think about everything going on in our world now.
Yeah.
Why is this time?
Because I believe that entertainment is one of the most powerful mediums in the world, and we can use it to change people's hearts and minds for the good. And I think a movie like this, it's a feel-good movie for a reason, and we need that. We need to watch a film that can take us away from our reality for a moment, that gives us hope, that gives us joy, and then when we come back better.
Yeah.
We come back with a message and a mentality that, you know, all you gotta do is fix your aim and let God do the rest.
So for the stars, what relationship lesson from this film are you taking to your personal life now?
Dun, dun, dun.
I know. I think for me, it would have to be, and this is gonna sound really crazy, but you know, I love the title Relationship Goals, and I love the fact that you use this hashtag, because every time people see, of course, these relationship goals, it's like, ooh, this is what everything should be. And I think that sometimes just by accident, I don't know if it's a girl thing, but I'll think that my relationship should be like that. You know what I mean? So it's not that I'm comparing all the time, but sometimes I'll say, well, I want that. Well, why do I want that? You know, it's made me like question, like just making sure that what I have in my nice little, you know, sphere with my sweetheart is just ours.
Yeah.
I never have to compare because it's so sweet. I didn't know that it would be so sweet. I didn't know I'd be healthy enough to choose someone like my husband, to be honest. You know what I mean? In the space that I shouldn't have chose him.
Wow.
I'm proud of myself that I did because he's a good man.
Yeah.
And that would be mine.
Hope that love.
Come on.
My answer is just, it's short, honestly. It's hope.
Yeah.
I love it.
That there's someone out there, and if you find that special person, hold on to them with everything you have.
That's
good.
I like it. Real quick, so is Brenda a nod to mom?
So Brenda is my mom's name.
I know.
And maybe subconsciously it was in my head. Leah, actually that character, I wrote that down before we even had anything and sent it to DeVon. And it was a girl I went to school with. And yeah, like not any, no. It just feels like a universal name. You know what I'm saying? It's a very universal name. My wife is over there.
I know, that's why I'm looking
Put
at
the gun down, sweetheart.
Where's Leah now? Thank you.
I want what my parents have. Real love.
Grab all of the great things God has for you.
Again, Relationship Goals is streaming now on Prime. Welcome back to Studio 5. As you know, music helps us to put this show together each and every week. And this week's soundtrack comes from Kelly Rowland and the film Relationship Goals. Take a listen and you'll hear why Complicated is what's playing in my ear this week. Complicated. On that musical note, we are just about out of time for this week's edition of Studio 5. So let's take a look at next week's rundown. Here's a hint. This week, we're on the West Coast. Next week, we're headed east to New York City.
I lost my wife, and now I'm overloaded on widower sympathy.
I get it. The moms at school just want to gossip about me and rescue you.
Yeah,
Two people suddenly single. One, a pastor and father who loses his wife. Another, a parishioner whose husband decides to walk out.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
We're talking to the cast and crew of It's Not Like That. Why this story now?
Oh, because we need stories like this now. The world is a rough place with some pretty sharp edges. We hope this can bring some hope, some laughter, some heart to families across the country.
And we hope you'll join us for that special edition of Studio 5 come next week. As for this week, we've got time for just one more thing. Let's give the final word to Pastor Michael Todd.
Who is this movie for? Who is it for?
If you're breathing, it's
Talk.
for you. I mean, who is not needing help in their relationships? Whether it's romantic, professional, business, friendship, you see all of those layers of relationship in this movie. And I think that all of us could use a little better aim. Some of the things that we tolerate, there's even a beautiful character played by Robin Thede, her name is Brenda. She's in the ideal relationship by all people's outside standards. But for her, it's empty because it's not what she actually desires. And she gets the courage to walk away from something that everybody else would seemingly die for. This is a movie that will help people fix their aim and win in relationships. And I think that, again, DeVon and this cast did such a great job of making it real. Like, there are moments you forget it's Kelly Rowland and you think it's Leah. Which I want to let you know how amazing that is on the acting, as well as making the characters believable, because that's what they did. And I hope people see themselves. This message is a mirror, and hopefully they see themselves somewhere in this film.
Yes.
What a wonderful word. Thank you so much, Pastor Michael Todd. That is going to do it for this week's edition of Studio 5 and for this week's look at uplifting entertainment. Until next time, make time to uplift someone around you, and then please come on back and see where Studio 5 takes you next week. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye, everybody.